How much does advertising cost for a small business? Well, if you're asking that question, it means you probably haven't done any advertising before, and that's fine. Maybe you do have an existing business, but you've been getting all of your leads through referral and word of mouth, and those are really good quality leads. But when you've been there for a while and you realize, I want to grow my business, I really want to scale, you can't scale the referrals. So we're going to be talking about different types of advertising and what the costs are, because there's some things that you can do that are very, very effective and are actually free. There's some that are more expensive. So by the end of this episode, you'll know what the next steps are for you to advertise your business. Okay, so the way that we're going to break this down is we're going to look at pros and cons for paid and organic marketing. I think there's some important things that we need to list in all four quadrants. We're going to look first at the pros for paid. So let me move this down. We'll keep this one covered for just a minute. So there's some advantages to paid traffic. Okay, it's really fast. It's really easy to scale up because you're going to get fast results. You're going to do a test, you're going to launch a campaign, and the reporting is awesome. So you're going to get data back. You're going to be able to make changes. You're going to be able to iterate and make changes quickly. You can actually do split testing, also known as A/B testing, where you can test 2 or 3 different things at the same time and see which one works better. So there's just a lot of learning and things that you can do to really fine-tune your funnel, and it's fast. So those are the pros of paid advertising. Now let's talk about the pros of organic. Okay, organic is way more cost effective, and we'll talk more about that with the costs of paid. It's evergreen. So that's one of the reasons it's so cost effective, is because when you launch a video or launch a campaign, it's going to last for months and years to come. And so you launch a campaign 1 month and it starts getting you results. And then in month 2, you launch another campaign and you're getting results from both campaigns. And so in month 3, now you have 3 campaigns. At the end of the year, you've got 12 campaigns, so you can really build awesome momentum with organic. You can also build relationships. You're going to annoy people with your paid ad campaigns. People know that they're being sold to, they're going to click, they don't want to be there, where here, they want to be there. They don't feel like they're being sold to, and they begin to trust you because of the value that you're giving them, and therefore the quality of the leads that you're generating are very high. They're referral quality leads. Okay, now let's talk about the cons of paid advertising. Okay, the cost can be really high. I mean, you can run through a lot of money in the beginning because things aren't going to work. You're going to have to test and tweak and figure things out. So it's just a lot of money going out the door first without any profit. And then eventually when it is profitable and you can really scale it up, it's not uncommon to have huge advertising budgets. I've got friends that are spending as much as $300,000 or $400,000 a month just in their paid ad campaign. Now, let's say they're spending $400,000 a month and they're bringing in $500,000. Okay, so there's a margin there. Hopefully that's profitable to them, right? But that's pretty risky. You're spending that much in ads. What if you have a rough month? Or what if something doesn't work? Or what if the shelf life of an ad, that ad stops working? Okay, so you're spending $400,000 a month and you've got to continue tweaking and changing things to keep things working well. And talking about temporary, let's say you're doing a paid ad campaign for a full year. At the end of the year, you stop paying and your leads stop coming in. This doesn't last. It is the opposite of evergreen. There's a lot to learn. It's kind of complex to do a paid ad campaign, so there is a long learning curve, and the leads that you're going to get are very low quality. You're going to get a high quantity of leads, but there's going to be a lot of filtering and a lot of turnover of leads so that you can filter out those that actually do want to buy from you. So your leads are low quality. So now let's talk about the cons of organic. This is the biggest one. It really takes time. It's slow. So all the advantages of this fast, iterative A/B testing, scaling it up, this does take time, and you've got to have patience with it. These other 2 things I put question marks by because a lot of people would say that a con of organic marketing is that you're not able to target very well. Well, the strategy that I use, I disagree. I can really pinpoint and hone in on my target audience. It just takes time, okay? And then the reporting, the data that you get from paid campaigns is going to be a lot more because there's a lot of steps along the way, but you can set up similar funnels over here. A lot of the reporting that you do here is automatic depending on the ad campaign or the platform that you're using, whereas the reporting here, you can get that going, but you've got to set up all those pieces along the way. I guess one comparison is on a paid ad campaign. Let's say it's on YouTube or it's on Facebook. you know how many views each ad is getting and you know how many leads each ad has generated. Whereas here, if you've got an organic YouTube campaign, you might not necessarily know what video they watched that turned into a lead, that turned into a customer. But there's some pretty simple ways to know, oh yeah, these leads came from YouTube, these leads came from LinkedIn, these leads were a referral, right? You should know that stuff. That's really important. But to drill it down more than that, it can be a little bit complicated. So let me show you some of the results of what this organic campaign can look like on YouTube. So if you go to YouTube and you type in this question, how to get business credit with poor personal credit, notice who's at the top. That's my client, Noelle Randall. She's in position 1 and 2 for that search. What about this one? How to get your kids to listen without yelling. Notice Paul Jenkins is in position 2 and Nicolene Peck in position 3. I think that's Paul's hairline down in position 4. What about buying vacant land in Florida? We find my client Brent Bowers right at the top. Or another search with Stan the Annuity Man at the top. Or another one with Doug Andrew at the top. Or we've got Jason Schroeder in positions 1, 3, and 4. We've got Michelle Villalobos in positions 2 and 3. We've got Jason Hewlett in position 1. We've got Nicole Espinosa in positions 1 and 2. There's Ted Thomas in positions 1, 2, and I think that's 4. We've got Dan Good in position 1. We've got Verl Workman in position 1. We've got Laurel Langmeyer in position 1 and 2. So the question in your mind right now is how? Like, how do I do it? Well, I follow a very specific strategy. On every single one of these channels, I follow my leaf strategy. So for you to understand what my leaf strategy is, let's talk about this tree. Okay, the tree has this broad trunk that goes out to these branches that goes out to the leaves. The trunk represents your core area of expertise. The branches represent all the different categories you have expertise in. And the leaves, those are the most important, okay? The leaves represent the specific questions that your target audience is asking. So if your expertise was in productivity, that's the trunk of your tree, then an example of a leaf is what can increase productivity in a dental office. Or another one, how to improve productivity on a construction site. I did not make these questions up, and in fact, the exact way that they're wording is what I found when I did keyword research. You can find the questions that your target audience is asking online. So you take that step first. You find these questions before you film or anything. You find these questions and you outline the answer to that question, and then you film a video answering that question. Now, if you're going to buy an expensive camera, that can be expensive. If you're going to hire a filming team or rent a filming studio, that can be expensive. But you know what? You can also film with the camera that's in your pocket. The most important part of this strategy is to really give value. And so when you find out what these questions are, make sure the audio is good, make sure the lighting is decent, but record it on your phone. You put those videos to YouTube and you will start to generate leads for your business. I really want you to succeed in this. And my leaf strategy actually has 5 ingredients, and I teach you these 5 ingredients in a mini course that I've created. It's called the YouTube Lead Gen Blueprint. Okay, and you can find it at youtubeleadgen.net. It's $17. Okay, so go and take this course. You're going to understand the 2 different types of YouTube strategy, the 2 different types of channels that you can create, and the one that's going to be better for generating leads for your business. And you're going to know the 5 ingredient formula to follow on every episode to ensure that you're pulling in these people who are searching for you, that you can get all the benefits of this organic traffic here, and you can actually target them by doing this keyword research. If you take this course, you'll have clarity on the entire strategy, and you'll know tactically what to do to get results like this on your channel. So go to youtubeleadgen.net, and I'll see you there.